ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। संसारसागरे मग्नं दीनं मां करुणानिधे कर्ममोहगृहीताङ्गं मामुद्धर भवार्णवात्। श्रीमद्भागवताख्योऽयं प्रत्यक्षः कृष्ण एव हि स्वीकृतोऽसि मया नाथ मुक्त्यर्थं भवसागरे। मनोरथो मदीयोऽयं सफलः सर्वथा त्वया निर्विघ्नेनैव कर्तव्यः दासोऽहं तव केशव। शुकरोपप्रबोधज्ञ सर्वशास्त्रविशारद एतत्कथा प्रकाशेन मदज्ञानं विनाशय जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्त किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो नदिनेभ्यो साधकेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवताचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादृशिभ्यो त्र्यादृशिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय ग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथारोपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच ऐळ उवाच चैंट फ्रॉम 14 सेवतो वर्षपूगान्मे ऊर्वश्या अधरासवं न तृप्यति आत्मभूः कामः वह्निराहुतिभिर्यथा पुंशल्यापहृतं चित्तं कोन्वन्यो मोचितुं प्रभुः आत्मा रामेश्वरं मृते भगवन्तम् अधोक्षजं बोधितस्यापि देव्या मे सूक्तवाक्येन दुर्मतेः मनोगतो महामोहः नापयति अजितात्मनः इमेतया नोपकृतं रज्ज्वा वा सर्पचेतसः रज्जुः स्वरूपा विदुषः योऽहं यद् अजितेन्द्रियः क्वायं मलीमसः कायः दौर्गन्ध्याध्यात्मको शुचिः स्वगुणाः सौमनस्याद्याः यध्यासो अविद्यया कृतः पित्रोः किं सनु भार्यायाः स्वामिनोऽग्नेः श्वगृध्रयोः किमात्मनः किं सुहृदाम इति यो नावसीयते तस्मिन् कळेबरे अमेध्ये तुच्छनिष्ठे विसज्जते अहो सुभद्रं सुनसं सुस्मितं च मुखं स्त्रियाः त्वं मांसरुधिरस्नायो मेदो मज्जास्ति संहतौ विण्मौत्रपूये रमतां कृमीणां कियदन्तरम् अथापि नोपसज्जेत स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु चार्थवित् विषयेन्द्रियसंयोगात् मनः क्षुभ्यति नान्यथा अदृष्टात् अश्रुतात् भावात् न भाव उपजायते असंप्रयुञ्जतः प्राणान् शाम्यते स्तिमितं मनः तस्मात् संगो न कर्तव्यः स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु चेन्द्रियैः विदुषां चाप्य विस्रब्धः षड्वर्गः किमु मादृशां। श्रीभगवानुवाच एवं प्रगायन् नृपदेवदेवः स ऊर्वशी लोकमथो विहाय आत्मानमात्मन्यवगम्य मां वै उपारमज्ञानविधूतमोहः ततो दुःसङ्गमोत्सृज्य सत्सु सज्जेत बुद्धिमान् सन्त एतस्य छिन्दन्ति मनोव्यासङ्गमुक्तिभिः सन्तो नवेक्षामच्चित्ताः प्रशान्ताः समदर्शिनः निर्ममा निरहङ्काराः निर्द्वन्द्वा निष्परिग्रहाः तेषु नित्यं महाभाग महाभागेषु मत्कथाः सम्भवन्ति हितान् नॄणां जुषदां प्रपुनन्त्यघम् ताये शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति ह्यनुमोदन्ति चाद्रुताः मत्पराः श्रद्धानाश्च भक्तिं विन्दन्ति ते मये भक्तिं लब्धवतः साधोः किमन्यदवशिष्यते मयि अनन्तगुणे ब्रह्मणि आनन्दानुभवात्मने यतोपश्रयमाणस्य भगवन्तं विभावसुं शीतं भयं तमोप्येति साधून् संसेवतस्तथा निमज्जोन्मज्जतां घोरे भवाब्धौ परमायनं सन्तो ब्रह्मविदः शान्ताः नौर्दृढे वाप्सु मज्जताम् अन्नं हि प्राणिनां प्राणः आर्तानां शरणं त्वहं धर्मो वित्तं नृणां प्रेत्य सन्तोर्वाग्बिभ्यतोरणम् सन्तो दिशन्ति चक्षुंषि बहिरर्कः समुत्थितः देवता बान्धवाः सन्तः सन्त आत्माहमेव च वैतसेनस्ततोऽप्येवम् पूर्वस्यालोकनिःस्पृहः उक्तसङ्गो महीमेताम् आत्मा रामश्च चारः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे ऐलोपाख्यानं नाम षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री भागवत शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्री सूता शरणं मम श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम श्री व्यास शरणं मम श्री नारद शरणं मम श्री कुमार शरणं मम श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्री विष्णु शरणं मम श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतऽपिबन्धु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चदकर्हषितो। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमपेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तनोभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। ओम श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपम् स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच श्री ऐल उवाच। When we study these chapters, we have to so deeply tell to ourselves and also pray to the Guru Parampara and the Acharyas of this Shastra and to our Ishta Devata that may this listening should not go wasted. May this have its effect, its highest, topmost effect, greatest effect in me, to the extent that such knowledge transforms me completely 180 degrees from the totally worldly to totally spiritual. With that very deep faith or prayer or feeling, when we study the Shastra, definitely they will have their wonderful impact on us to redeem us from our own follies. What is that Shastras teach us? What is that we have to learn from the Shastra Satsanga is only one thing. Change the vision. Okay? Like in that laris behind, it is written in many laris. वो बीच पे लिखा रहता है कि बुरी नजर वाले तेरा मुंह काला. Out of this type of quotations written in 2500 laris, one lari writes behind. You know what they write? बुरी नजर वाले अपना नजर ठीक करा ले. He is a wise person. The whole world depends on our own vision. Our whole world is seen by us according to our own drushti. And there are only two drushtis. Jagat has the Bhogavastu drushti, second is Paramatma drushti. First drushti is the one which we have now. Out of ignorance, out of habit, out of foolishness, whatever we say. And only through the Shastra Jnana we change our drushti. And remember, till that drushti completely changes in us about the world, we cannot protect ourselves from ourselves. So what Bhagavan Krishna did to Arjuna in the 11th chapter before showing him Vishwarupa was Divyam Dadami Che Chakshuhu. So Bhagavan gave Divya Chakshu with which Arjuna had Divya Drushti, as a result of which he saw everything as Bhagavan. Once he saw everything as Bhagavan, Divya Drushti ho gaya na, totally his understanding changed. You know, in Tulsi Raman, Sumirata Divya Drushti hi ahohi. Jata Suanjana Anjidruga Sadhaka Siddha Sujana Kautuka Dekata Shailabana Bhutala Bhori Nidhana. Once he got the Drushti vision changed from the seeing of world to worldliness to seeing as the Lord, everything was Bhagavan only to him. Entirely in him, the ego or this, what you say, looking at the world as Shatru or Mitra, everything went away. He found everything is Bhagavan. Then he just surrendered only at his feet. पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यस्य गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः लोकत्रये आप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायं प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यं पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियप्रियायार्हति देवसोढुम्. So our aim, Shastra's aim, Guru's aim should match. And all these three aim is only one, change the drushti. Bent upon changing the drushti. Ask Guru, ask Lord, tell to ourselves, may my drushti of mine of looking at the world change completely from what I have now to what it is factually, it is Paramatma. In Vedanta, it is differently talked. The world is proved to be non-created, unborn, or non-existing, or even mithya. It is also one way, Jagat Mithyatva, then we don't run behind the snake or anything which are found to be mithya. That is one vicharana marga. Because druk drushya viveka, we know all the drushya depends on the drukka. Keeping away the drushya, when you look into the druk swarupa, after that everything is the druk swarupa and atma only. There is no differentiation of drashta and drushya in the druk swarupa. That is what Vedanta teaches. But the another way of looking at the world is everything is divine. Now see, in Bhagavata, the Vedanta drushti is taught. Everything is Druk Swarupa Atma. And in the Vedanta Upanishad, everything is Bhagavan, the devotional drushti is taught. You see, the entire first valley of Taittiriya Upanishad is only talking about Upasana. But that is the Vedic Upasana, therefore, the God mentioned there is Omkara. The Om there and Krishna Rama here is same, the Vishnu Shiva are same. So what Veda is teaching there alone is taught by The Rishis Vedavyasadi through Purana that change your drishti of seeing the world as other than the Lord to everything is Lord only. That is called divine drishti. Only then in the mind, the most healthy qualities of respect, reverence, service, etc. come toward this world. Only then the negative qualities of the vastus of the world to be the bhogya, then I am the bhokta, then I must possess them and indulge. This maya, it is nothing but maya. This is nothing but the wrong, what I say, modifications of the stuff called as the mind. It's called manasik rog. That's what tomorrow we see. Kama sankalpa sandeha, shraddha shraddho, dhruti tare, hrir bhir dhir ityeva madin, bhaset ekada chitihi. In our Drugdurasya Viveka, we will be told about this. So what we are doing? Studying Shastra. What Shastra study should help us in changing the drishti? In what way? That everything is divine. So the whole world is Paramatma, I am is Dasa. My Sevaka, Rupa, Sachara Swami Bhagavanta. Not only see the in the book, not only listen from the master, not only study in Shastra, but we should become that. Then only yatra yatra manoyati tatra tatra samadaya of the Vedanta, or wherever I open I see, wherever I listen from the ears with the ears, wherever I use mind, wherever my eyes, ears, mind are going or receiving things, everything is my Prabhu only. You know, whether it is a sound of a crow, whether it is a beautiful sound of a koel, both are my Prabhu. Is it not? Whether it is a poisonous snake or is the most beautiful peacock, both are my Prabhu. Lord in all this expression, everything. And most importantly, the vastus which we look at are the vyaktis which we will look at as our consumable commodities. They are also nothing but Paramatma. Till that bhava comes, we are victimized by our own wrong drishti. And this wrong drishti is because of ajnanam. Ajnanam because of avivekam. So only through viveka the drishti changes. What is viveka? Only two things. I have a wrong drishti, I have to make it right drishti. Wrong drishti is the taking the God as world, right drishti is doing the world as God. वही दो बातें बस. Stick to that. Live in that. So anything you see, I'm using chair to sit, but it is my own Prabhu in this form. I'm having my bhojanam. But annam brahmeti vijanat. This anna rupa is my own Paramatma. Anything, any being we are contacting, they are nothing but Bhagavan. This visions, when that vision is developed, the visions test is what? Our attitude is never of the bhoga buddhi for the world, but is only of seva buddhi. We only do the seva. And then this seva bhavana or bhoga buddhi is very subjective, intricate. Whether I have seva bhavana or bhoga bhavana, I only can know, you can't see it. So to what is in your heart, nobody can know. You, your guru, your God knows. So therefore, it is not to tell others, it's not to prove to others. It is me in my own core of heart should recognize and see to it that I have only seva bhavana, upasana bhavana, puja bhavana to everything because everything is Bhagavan. And that won't happen overnight. And the tough fighting between this newly discovered puja divine bhavana, then the earlier existing the bhoga bhavana, they continuously fight with each other. Every moment is this fight. Remember, the Nitya Vaira goes on between our Adhyatmic sadhana and our earlier habits of the materialistic outlook. You can never say that it is over. It is many, many lives of fighting, many, many lives. And in their life, it's not the battle like once in a while in 5 years, 10 years, somebody attacks, or once in a month or two, the Pakistan terrorists, it sends terrorists, or once in a while the China puts its army to threaten us. In the mind, it is a every moment attack. Every moment means every moment. Every moment you have to be alert to. And see to it that that negative vision is totally eliminated, replaced by positive vision. Now, one or two things in this regard. Ki, staying in that place where the negative vision is strengthened and trying to get the positive vision is making the things tougher for us. That is why the Satsanga, Dussanga, Vichara, which will come toward the end of this chapter. And staying in such place where our positive vision is developed and strengthened is always correct. It is in our choice. So, all that is. Essence is one, शास्त्र ज्ञान हुआ और दृष्टि नहीं बदला तो शास्त्र ज्ञान हमने नहीं पाया. हर दृष्टि बदला तभी सृष्टि बदलेगी. यथा दृष्टि ही तथा सृष्टि. See the Srishti as Bhagavan. That's it. Don't take it as philosophy or say somebody Mahatmas can do it. It is not our Lord. No, I am not fit for that. I am not required for that. These are again the justifications, excuses put by the lower mind, which never want us to grow. Every Mahatma earlier was having this type of thoughts only. Slowly, he did not allow those thoughts overpower. He slowly added the positive things. No, no, no. I also want to have that vision. I will practice it for this day to see everything as Bhagavan. Let me see what will happen. This whole week, I see everything as Paramatma only and develop Puja Bhava in my heart. Even it is a Bhayankara Shatru, you know, you will not talk to that person. Remember it, that person, and do namaskar to him in the mind. Ask for forgiveness. If required, even do the puja in the mind. So to any object or person to whom from whom you are expecting something for your own desire fulfillment, even toward the person in the heart, do your own upasana or seva. In this way, the negative thought is replaced by positive. That's what Bhagavan Ramakrishna used to do. He will worship his own wife, Mata Sharada, as Kali Mata. That was what he showed her. That this is how seeing Manadar in her also, then only the mind gets a divine vision. And that is saving him, protected. After all, what is to be achieved? I identifying with the mind is me. Me and my mind are same. If the mind is negative, I am negative. If the mind is destructive, I am destroying myself. So mind has to be changed so that I change. So mind is bhogi, I am bhogi. Mind is yogi, I am yogi. In the yoga, everything is Bhagavan. There is no other option. There is no other option, no other option. So, having said this introduction, we have seen yesterday this mantra, Sevato Varsha Pugan me Urvashya Adhara Savam Na Trupyati Atma Bhuhu Kamaha Vahnirahuti Viryatha. So, any number of lives also, one indulges in the Kama Upabhoga, it will never end. The Trupti will not happen to the Kamana in the mana like adding fuel to the fire. It is a standard factual sentence statement. You can never alter it or change it or improve it. It is the fact, that's it. Only two things they are. One, you accept it or you don't accept. What is that? Desires never get satiated by fulfilling them. Any desire. You know, the desire of watching TV, it will never satiate in the mind as well as outside. The programs will go on coming. Mind will go on saying, "Aur ek dekho, aur ek dekho, aur ek din dekho, aur ek din." Ah, it will not end. We only have to put an end to them. It is our choice. Any indulgence, any kama upabhoga, only we have to put a stop. Never ever imagine that after certain time something will happen so that I will stop. Even the diseases happen, even the death happens, even the what do you call it? Imprisonment happens, yet be attentive. With my own wisdom, our own wisdom, by our own choice, through the study of Shastra, by changing our vision, if ourselves don't leave it, it will not go. Again, I am repeating. Whether we are imprisoned, whether we are diseased, whether we are dead also, this, the desire on the worldly things, by itself it will not go unless we give it up by changing the vision through study of Shastra, in which Shastra tells two things. When you see the world, Paramatma as the world and Bhogya Vastu, then you will be caught up in that Janna Marana Chakra in between lot of janmas, papa, naraka, ityadi. The only way is take the world as your own Ishtadeva. Bas. Hmm. So what is his feeling? Arey, how many years I indulged with her, still there is no satisfaction. It is as if adding fuel only to the fire. He said about Urvashi. We are expanding it to all other indulgences, including Urvashi mainly. So in this, even our Nidra, our taste of the tongue, our sounds to the ears, touch to the body, they will never end. Everything, your loving talk to your friends, anything in the world can never end. Topics can be million, they go on coming. Har kamana, har kamana, कभी भी खत्म नहीं होता unless we live it. And one or two things I tell you, many kamanas at one period of time, indulgences, we felt they are the only life, we can't leave them. But somehow, because we are transferred or some conditionings created, when we stopped involving in them, you could see their influence getting reduced. It is a sign to tell us that there is a chance to leave them. But unless, again, till the Brahma Buddhi, Atma Buddhi comes, you can never trust saying that I have transcended that desire. No. Brahma Anubhav, Atma Kamatve, Apta Kamatvam, then Atma Anubhava Praptav Eva Kamana Nirmulana. Let us be clear about few things in our life. They are facts. So whether we like them or not, those bitter facts we have to gulp in. Left yours. Choice yours. Sevato varsha bhogan me urvasya adarasavam na trupete atma bhu kamaha. The kamana in my mind is never getting satiated. Just like Vagnihi Ahuti Vihi Yatha. Okay? This is the discussion from the mind standpoint, the desire in the mind standpoint. Okay? Now, from the object standpoint, we have to think from the Paramatma standpoint, which will come in the next sloka. Then the Jiva Ahankara standpoint, that it is my delusion. Then the Mana standpoint, that in the mind the desires will never end. And also from the object standpoint. Because charo jaga pe problem. The problem from the Bhagavan standpoint is either he is throwing the jal of the Maya or we are not taking his help or remembering him. The Ahankara standpoint, what is the problem? We are always in the delusion, not trying to become wise. This, from the standpoint of the Mana, it is such an instrument that when it becomes quiet, it is going into Nidra or it dissolves to give the experience of Atma Tattva. Therefore, it doesn't want to become quiet. It goes to Nidra Avastha, but not into the total dissolution. Therefore, other than the Nidra Avastha, mind continuously flutters. That fluttering of the Mana, that vibration of the Mana, that spandana of the Mana is called Kamana. It never ends. Because from where this Pandana to the Mana called as Kamana coming, called as Vasanas, are made stronger with every indulgence into the Kamanas or Kamya Vastus. And every time involvement is strengthening the Vasana pressure always makes the mind agitated, called as creating Kamana. And from the object standpoint also, we have to be ruthless. तो ऑब्जेक्ट के दृष्टि से, मन के दृष्टि से, मैं नामक जीव या अहंकार के दृष्टि से, भगवान की दृष्टि से, चारों दृष्टियों से हमको इस समस्या का समाधान ढूंढना. एंड वंस फॉर ऑल इट शुड बी. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ वंस फॉर ऑल? One place we have understood, and in any other place, we have to prevent. We should never imagine that we'll cure, let the disease come. Don't allow second Urvashi to enter in life. One is enough. To learn, be wise. Else, second, third, when you allow, then it becomes a habit. See, at the first level of being very sensitive, to conquer is easy. When again and again repeatedly indulged, then the thick skinned becomes our antakarana. Then we become habituated to that. We are enslaved to that. Even we find comfort in that. That's what will be one of the shloka. What is the difference between a kida makoda in the nala or daldal? When we see kida makoda in nala and daldal, we feel what a dirtiest thing it is in that. It is our feeling. But उसको पूछो, उसको लगता है यही स्वर्ग है. Why it got habituated to that? In the same way, Kami Bhogi feels that it is the Swarga, though he is involved in the most dirtiest things of the world, like that Daldal or that, what do you say, that Nala. Therefore, once we have to be intelligent all the time. And again, ninth time I am repeating, we are repeating for ourselves. We can never take our mana antakarana for granted for any reason. Till Paramatma Anubhava comes and Nishtha comes in that. That's why you see the big devatas, rishis also, at one point of the time, they appear to have slipped. That's what we read the stories in Puranas. At that 1 week moment, when they were little, took a chance or gave a chance, that was enough. But what we miss to learn from their lives is once they slipped, they did not slip again and again. They learned from it and again they never slip. That's why they become rishis. See, we see Vishwamitra in a negative manner. Even the Shakuntala or whatever became Menaka Vishwamitra, Menaka, he was infatuated by her. Vishwamitra infatuated by Menaka is common. Anybody does. Therefore, you can't blame him like that. The greatness of him is what? After that, he never. He became from Raja to Rajarshi to Brahmarshi. That aspect we have to see. Don't look at them in this way. अरे ऋषि होकर भी how he slipped. अरे slip होने के बाद जो he never slipped again. No, that is what is lesson for us. What we do? Rishi Vishwamitra only fell, therefore I will fail. After that we go on falling. We don't learn from him. The second aspect that he never fell again. चलिए देवताओं में यही फर्क है और ऋषि देवताओं में कि वो लोग एक बार फिसलते हैं ना, बार बार नहीं फिसलते. You understand that Bharata in one life when he was caught up in the deer, not in every life, एक बार ही. That's what we are focusing. Why they became great and why their stories became great, not because they fell, but because they after falling have risen in such a way they have never fell again. They never fell again. ये हमको सीखना है. And that day is golden day where we decide to rise above, never fall. Okay. Now Bhagavad Drushti will come in the next sloka. Swadrushti has given the earlier ones. Mano Drushti is told now. Now in the earlier sloka, now the Vishya Drushti is being given to us to analyze and find faults with this life of involving in the kamanas so that we protect ourselves from that. So what is the drushti is given? Pumshali. This is the one word enough. Pumshali means what? Punaha chalati. Means what? The unstable. The one which can never stick to one is called pumshali. Okay? There are two things. Either never sticks to one or never remains the same. It goes on losing its value. It goes on. है ना, लाइक एक कोई भी फल रखा ताज़ा है उसके खाने का कैसा होता है, आफ्टर 10 days you see it loses its value. That is its nature. What is one meaning of punshali? Other thing is what? Shifting attention from one to the other. So here, any of the names and fames or powers and position, they should be understood in this meaning. They are pumshali. Means what? The power, name and fame doesn't come to only one person all the time. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट. हमेशा जिंदगी में हम नंबर वन पे, टॉप में या लाइम लाइट में या सबसे ज़्यादा रेस्पेक्टेड में नहीं होते हैं. होने का इच्छा भी नहीं रखना. Everybody's turn will come. The life is like giant wheel. We will be on the top only for few moments. Others have to get a chance. Therefore, they'll come top. Then the next, then the next. You understood? So never ever imagine. Then this is a big problem. Biggest problem in the Indian tradition. Ki throughout life I want to be respected by any number of generations coming after. If they do it, if they do it out of their respect, it is good. But if we expect from them, they don't even give only. By not expecting from them, we should command the respect from them. नहीं तो क्या है? I am elder, my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, my younger brothers, my younger sisters, everybody should respect me. अरे काय को? उनका भी अपना टाइम आता है. They are also rich, they are also intelligent, they also succeed in life. See, Yudhishthira ji, Sri Ram ji, they never demanded respect. They commanded by not expecting. Because these respects, powers, पुंसचली होते हैं वो. उनके हाथ में है वो. You know, the giver's hand it is, not in receiver's hand. So there is a pumschalatva that is shifting from one to the other. And the other pumschalatvam is what? It slowly loses its charm or value. It slowly becomes decayed. The vastus in the world slowly decay and lose their charm and lose their ability to give us sukha. And but we want the sukha again and again. You can't get it, then you suffer inside. Here the pumschali is our own indriyas. Through them we want bhoga. But are they as perfect as they were 20, 30 or years back or when you were young? Now you want to indulge the same way as you were. Hoga nahi, you get frustrated only. So do the people around. Everybody have their prarabdha. Everybody is growing. Everybody is fed up in this world with everybody. अरे एक दिन भगवान के तरफ भी भक्तों को कभी except some exclusive cases they get bored. Even disciples get bored of Guru, except one or two, and it is natural. And they leave and go. Guru says, "जा जहाँ भी जाने साधना कर." That is why one disciple stays with Guru, 99 leave. They need not stay. But if the Guru holds on, 20 साल में तुम खाना खिलाए हो, मैं तुमको पढ़ाया सिखाया हूँ, I expected you to stay. Good disciple says that I want to stay, Guru, but I am not able to. I can't. He says that some of them are called vidhi vidhana. It's a prarabdha. They were an intelligent Guru. You know, the moment the disciple comes, he knows that he will leave one day. If he doesn't leave, I will only kick him. Because he's staying here binds him and me also. I am explaining one word, pumschali. Nothing is continuous in this world. Nothing is same all the time. Nothing is certain. It goes on shifting, changing. The वातावरण is pumschali. Always गर्मियाँ नहीं होते हैं, सर्दियाँ नहीं होते, बरखा नहीं होता है. Goes on changing. People cannot have same type of respect, love towards us all the time. Remember, their nature goes on changing. The priorities go on changing. And most important is, they are evolving. Their prarabdhas change. Like especially the son. How much loving he is towards mother, father. But once he gets married, no, his priorities change, his prarabdha changes. So he'll have to give love to the wife and he has to get, because that is the rule there. Obviously, he cannot spare the time, interest as he was doing earlier. If the parent doesn't understand it, then हमने इतना मेहनत करके तुम्हारी शादी कर दी, अब तुम क्या आए मैं हमको छोड़ के, then he says, फिर मैं तलाक दूं क्या उसको? अरे, is not that the dharma to give her time, mind, love? If they don't understand, then they have the complaints. Remember, the delusion is what there. Even after marriage, the children will love me the same way. It's a delusion. You are contradicting in your own mind. You are introducing another person in his life, and you are saying you should continue to give the love to use him. That means you are telling me to do the adharma there. Same way when the wife and husband, when they get child, they cannot have same love as they had earlier to each other. Because the third fellow came, they have to attend. Oh, dekho. And that's how Bhagavan also breaks every attachment by bringing somebody or the other new in life. So that you should know to love and serve. Let loving and serving be your nature, not to a thing or being in particular. That's why he gives new body every 10 years. He gives new body in every new life, new set of relations. Why? Love and serve them. Don't get attached. Because even if you get attached, they won't remain permanent. Pumshali, they are all, they leave and go. Some facts of this sort, when they are accepted wholeheartedly, the amount of good they do to us, no other understanding does. Like these classes. Pumshala, I can't do the same justice as I could do a year back, 2 years back. अब 10 साल का तो इतना होगा ही नहीं. I can't expect you also to be in same sincerity, seriousness. You may become introverted, you may get a better guru, your prarabdha may take you in another place. There are thousand reasons. What happens is you will leave and go, but why and how, there are thousand reasons. So if I am intelligent, I should be prepared. And that's happened also. How many people used to come earlier? नाम निशान भी नहीं उनका. How we can't stop. Are you understanding this? Pumshali meaning. Okay. Now, next point is Pumshalya apaharutam chittam. We explained yesterday. The feeling of him is his chitta is looted by her, taken away by her, apaharana. She has stolen her chitta. And that's what in all movies, in all languages, हम वही कहते हैं कि आपने मेरे दिल को चुराया है, लेके गए हैं. Every दिल देने वाले दिल देना सीखो जी. All Ghana is like that only. Remember, nobody takes our chitta. We only give. And yesterday we lovingly explained, जिंदगी में कहीं भी किसी भी चीज किसी को देना, चित्त किसी को नहीं देना. Only भगवान को, only लक्ष्य को, only धर्म को. Goal, God and dharma. Only to these three we have to give our chitta. When you do this, and while doing so, from anybody you detach yourself, it is not a sin. On the other hand, forgetting God, good and dharma, to anyone on any reason, if we go on giving extra value and give our chitta, then it is sin, and we suffer the consequence of it. I'm telling you some of the surprising facts which are not liked by us. 100% living the grahastha ashrama, yet the chitta has to be protected only to dedicate it to Bhagavan. गृहस्थ आश्रम में 100% चित्त देने की जरूरत नहीं है, पूरा फंसने की जरूरत नहीं है. दैट्स व्हाट वी आर सेइंग. इट नीड्स 20-30% चित्त, remaining Bhagavan. That's how you have to tune yourself. As the age grows, even that also goes away. Even you want to hold on, it will not. Children will fly off, all friends and relatives go, wife or husband दोनों में एक हाथ दे ही देते हैं. Then you are all alone only. Doesn't need that much attention. Clear? Pumshalya apaharutam. Please remember, nobody takes our heart. We only throw it. We only give it. So don't give it. And don't blame that they have looted. When I see the window shop, that object so beautiful, it has just taken my heart. अबे जब वो ले रहा था अपने दिल को, तू क्या कर रहा था? रोक ना. नहीं रोक पाया, फिर रोना नहीं रोक पाओगे बाद में फिर. Sometimes in shopping, you like that, see that thing so much. By the time you have bargained it, the other fellow paid the expected money and he bought. You see the disappointment in you. अब दिन दिनों कितने दिनों याद आता है कि मैं खरीदना चाहा और किसी ने लिया. It can be a house, it can be a plot, it can be a gadi, it can be a gehna, it can be any kapda. देखो माया. So pumshalya apahrutam chittam. Now, next is kaha anyah mochitum prabhu. Who is Prabhu means Samartha, who is capable of freeing my chitta from the kidnapping capture of this Pumshali. देखो मजेदार बात है. There are only three things. One is the Lord, second is my own mind or me, third is the world. और किसने चुराया? द वर्ल्ड ने. किसने दे दिया? और मैंने. और बचाने का कौन बचा है? सिर्फ भगवान. I allowed my chitta to be looted by her, and I have no strength now. She is taken away, and she will not give by herself. Only way is what? पुलिस वाले. You know, all the police वाले वो किडनैप जो होते हैं ना उसको फ्री करते हैं. So this is कहा अन्यः मोचितुम प्रभु. Now remember, entire world you look at, nobody is Prabhu or Samartha to free our chitta from the clutches of anything of the world, the Urvashi or the Pumshali. Nobody can do. Who can do? Atma Rama Ishwaram Rute. Rute means other than. Other than the Ishvara, the Lord of Atma Rama, all the Atma Rama Yogi Jnani Sadhu, जिस भगवान को ईश्वर मानते हैं उनके अलावा. Now in that sentence only, the sadhana and siddhi told. He is the Ishvara of all the Atma Rama. So be attentive. When that Ishvara, who is the Ishvara of all the Atma Rama, we hold on to, what he does is, he makes us Atma Rama. When we become Atma Rama, there is no interest in the mind to go for any Anatma Vastu. So you are free. That's how from the meaning only he is given. Atma Rama Ishwaram means Atma Rami Jnani, Brahma Jnani, Mukta Purushon ke Ishwar jo Paramatma. What is the meaning of that? Those Atma Rama Munis Jnanis to whom the Lord is Ishvara. At one point of time, they were also like me. Somewhere or the other, caught up by the Pumshali of any type. But they held on to that Ishvara. He gave them the Atma Ramatva, after which they were freed. Therefore, they always take that Ishvara as Ishvara. They never leave him. So, in this address or the naming only, the protector का नाम देते हुए ही उसी में ही साधना क्या है, सिद्धि क्या है बताते. Hold on to the Ishvara of these Atma Rama Jnanis. Then, as they were also protected from this situation, I also will be protected by him. So, Atma Rama Ishvara Mrute, other than him, kaha anya mochitum prabhu, who is capable of freeing my chitta, which is apahrutam, looted by that Pumshali. And this Atma Rama Ishvara, Bhagavan is Bhagavantam. Bhagavan has many meanings. And one beautiful meaning is Bhagavan is equal to Krupalu, Dayalu, Karunamaya. When we put application to him of anything, he will fulfill it. In fact, in whatever the Pumshali we are caught up, that is sent by the Lord only, even though he doesn't want to send, but he has sent because we desired. Is it not? Then when we ask him, oh Lord, unknowingly by mistake I asked that thing, you gave me, I am caught up in that only. Please, now I got दिमाग आया, अकल आया, आप मुझे बचाओ मेरे चित्त को उससे. भगवान not even will say, मैंने पहले कहा ना तुमको, तब भी कहा था ना, तो मेरी बात नहीं माने. He will not even say that. Okay, beta, I will free you. Now the point is what, Yam? Every time with our murkhata, we get into caught up in some or the other Pumshali. Every time it's a Lord only by direct or indirect means he is freeing us. After freeing every time, instead of getting the akal, we are going on involving in another and another. This murkhata. And Krupa of Bhagavan is what? Like I told you the example, like a GPS, that one who tells us the rasta. कहीं भी जाओ आपने उसमें इंडिकेशन देकर, even if you go 20 kilometers wrong route, she will again tell, take right turn, take 5 kilometers and take left, she will be having same patience. In the same way, 2,25,335 bar, we may get caught up in punctually and ask the Lord with the same love and patience. He helps to bring us out too. But what common sense we don't have, which we have to have, is how many times we should trouble the Lord and how many times we should fall in the same gutter again and again. ये देखो दिमाग हमको होना चाहिए. भगवान को पेशेंस है, भगवान को शक्ति है. Everything, whether I get stomach ache, it is I do with my mistake. But the curing is done by the Bhagavan only by doing the digestion inside or taking us to a doctor, getting the medicine. When I commit accident by my inadvertence, he is the one who cures me. Everywhere I am the mistake committer and he is the one. I am the trouble creator, he is a troubleshooter. Shooter means a remover of the trouble. Sometimes these English words are here and there. We create trouble, he removes the trouble. Every time. This is the difference between Jiva and Paramatma, Ishvara. Jiva अविद्या के कारण भी अटेंटिव समस्याओं को निर्माण करता है. परमात्मा अपने इस माया शक्ति को अपने हाथ में रखकर सारे समस्याओं को दूर करते. Is an eternal play going on. Out of them, one or two jivas, whoever think enough of troubling the Lord, enough of suffering myself, I don't want anything other than you. When you say, then he is given the drushti of Sarvam Paramatma, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, he is liberated. This is called the meaning of Bhagavan. ऐश्वर्यस्य समग्रस्य धर्मस्य यशसः श्रियः ज्ञान वैराग्ययोः षण्णां भग इति ईरणा. This is the definition of bhaga. But all those Vedantic technical meanings remain there only. There is no doubt about them. But for us, Bhagavan means Karunamaya. He will never say like that, जब मैंने मौका दिया तब क्यों बाहर नहीं आया, अब नहीं करूँगा. ऐसा कहते तो भगवान नहीं होते वो. That is why even Paramarakshasas, when they surrender, the Lord protects them. Even with the surrender, even by eliminating them, Lord is protecting only them. Karunamaya. So what is the total thought? It is a हाथ जोड़कर गिड़गिड़ाते हुए this Pururava is saying, my mind is looted by that Urvashi, kidnapped. Who is the one who can free my mind from her clutches? Other than that Ishvara of all the Atmarama Munis, the Bhagavan. He is turning towards the God. वही same श्लोका. दुख में सुमरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई. जो सुख में करे दुख है कोई. पहले से पकड़ो भगवान को, फैसले नहीं देते. What do? We do the neglection of the Lord or the Guru or Shastra or Sadvichar or Jnanam. And with all murkhata, bevakufi, ajnanam, with arrogance of taking things for granted, we involve in the wrong thing. After falling and getting kicked or getting beaten up, then we remember God. See the foreign policy in India में, फॉरेन कंट्री में सारे चीज़ क्या है ना वो प्रिवेंटिव के तौर पे करते हैं. इन इंडिया क्यूरेटिव. इन इंडिया पूरा जलने के आने के बाद फायर इंजन आते हैं. वहां धुआं आते ही फायर इंजन आता है, वो धुआं को ही रोक देते हैं, वो आग को आने ही नहीं देता. They are very intelligent. Anywhere something abnormal they sense, immediately they get present. You understand it? In us, आधा प्रॉब्लम होने के बाद then we call them. By the time देखो पूरा जल जाता है, they only dead body को निकालते हैं वहां से. This is ignorance. The highest wisdom is any thought or desire comes in mind. Consult Guru Shastra Bhagwan. Is it right? If they say right, we go. We'll go. If they say not right, don't go. And we know whatever we do is not right. Therefore, we don't ask them. है ना. पापा दोस्तों के साथ मैं पार्टी करने जाता हूँ, जाऊँ. This will never ask पापा because he will never say yes. और पापा मैं मंदिर जाना चाहता हूँ, जाऊँ. मार्क्स पिता से मार्क्स पाने के लिए वो पूछता है वो. बिकॉज पापा से अरे तेरे को अकल कहाँ से आया जो मेरे पास भी नहीं था. तो गो ही विल टेल. In the same way, heart in heart we know we do wrong. That is why we consult them. Don't consult them. And we do it ourselves. We get kicked and that time we remember the God. The wise person is he who consults Guru Shastra and Paramatma all the time before indulging in anything. They always protect. And a most wise person No need to consult them because they're already inside the heart, showing the goal and path, taking us only towards that. When I know the goal and path and walking towards that, how can I be distracted by anything? This is given to us only by Shastra. That's why Shastra Adhyayan say Paramatma is the Laksha, Adhyatmika Sadhana is the Marga. Unless we fix ourselves in that, we can never escape the threats or dangers of being kidnapped by any Pumschali. Please remember it. And here one adjective is given to the Bhagavan is Adhokshajam. Adhokshaja means what? The one who never falls from his whatever greatest position. The Achyuta and Adhokshaja are same meanings. He never falls from his promises. Like Raghukul Kritir Sadachariyai, Pranajaya Parvachanajai, Bhagavan's Vachana, that he is there only to protect the bhaktas. From that Vachana, Kavi Mukarte ne piche nahi jate, therefore he is Adhokshaja. Second meaning Adhokshaja is the one who is there in between the Bhumi as well as the Swarga in the entire Brahmanda as Virat Purusha. He is called Adhokshaja. तो कभी च्युति नहीं होने वाले is one meaning of Adhokshaja. The one who is in between the Brahmanda, in the form of Virat Purusha, is the meaning of Adhokshaja. And the third one is Adhokshaja means Ja means realization. Aksha means eyes. Adha means low. Low means like this. When I stop looking at the world and don't close the eyes and sleep, but when I am in that Ardha Nimilata Netra, which is a sign of not sleeping and not even awakened to the world. In that state of introverted meditation, the Lord's vision or experience comes to us. That is why his name is Adhokshaj. जो आंख आधा बंद करके हृदय आकाश में ध्यान करने से भगवान उनको उपलब्ध होते हैं, that is why Adhoksha. These are all recently we studied in our Telugu class of the meanings of the Vishnu Sahasranam. So the Adhokshaja has these three meanings. First one is never falls from his promises and powers to protect the Bhakta. Second, he is a Virat Purusha. Third one is what? He is experienced in the heart when we become introverted. Avruta Chakshu Amritatamichan. When he tries, he will see the Lord in his heart. And from tomorrow, for next 10 days, we are going to study that topic only in our Taittiriya Upanishad morning class. Beautiful, wonderful it would be. Tasa, Murbu, Vasirya, all these fifth, sixth, these two Anuvakas talk about the meditation on the Lord in the heart. And how to reach to the heart also it will be told to us. Never miss Upanishad class. Next, please, few days. Bahut badhiya. We will discuss. Clear? So, Adhokshaja, the Lord who is in the heart. What is the meaning of that? Never become introverted. Keep on remembering the Lord, praying to the Lord. Get soaked in the Lord to such an extent that the Lord's thought becomes predominant. Then the thought of that Pumshali is gone. So you are freed from her hold too. It is called using the word Adhokshaja. Second is praying to him insistingly. Yeah, I heard that you are the one who promised that you will protect the bhaktas. I am bhakta either now or in the making. Please protect me. Then he does some miracle by which we get out of our hold or our, bondage to any of the Pumshali. He will give a wisdom. The wisdoms are many types. One wisdom is what? If she can live and go, I can also be without her. This is one wisdom which helps. Another wisdom is what? She was never with me right from the birth. In between she came, she went away. See, another wisdom. Another wisdom is what? I was also holding to someone and I left somebody earlier. So she also left me. What is wrong in that? Any of the wisdom which helps me to pull my mind from that Pumshali is wisdom. Any of them, whichever works to us, the Adhokshaja Bhagavan will give if we pray to him. Many things. And the highest is this one. He gives Vairagya and he molds our mind to the ultimate goal. That's what Merauto Giradhar Gopal Dusro na koi. That Mirabai's thing, never forget, I want to marry only Krishna because only a Shashwata Purusha. I don't want to marry any stupid fellow who will die and make me Vidva. मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर सहज मिले अविनाशी रे. इज ओनली अविनाशी, अदर अदर्स आर विनाशी. मैं क्या करूं उसको तो लेकर जिसकी शादी करो तो मेरे को विधवा बना के जाएगा. नो, दैट इज हाईएस्ट मेच्योर डिवोशन देयर. द एक्सप्रेशन में भी समथिंग, इट में भी यार जैसा वैसा हो, बट भाव वो है जो कभी भी हमको छोड़कर नहीं जाता, वो भगवान है, उन्हीं को पकड़ना. दिस थॉट ही विल गिव. Either he'll give the thought of vairagya, he will give the thought of wisdom, he will give the thought of gratitude, he will give the thought of ultimate goal. And another beautiful thought. Each thought is so beautiful, which protects us from the clutches of Punshali. Another thought is what? It's very painful to say, but I'll tell you, you like it or not, listen. That she wants to go to Maika. And he said, mat jao, mere liye kya, khana kaun banayega? No, जाना है मदर की बहुत दिन. Then he leaves her on the station, रोते रोते. तो जाएगी भी. One day will cry 22 times, he will call. Then जल्दी आओ 2 days. अभी नहीं, वो आना ही चाहती थी, वो टिकट भी कैंसिल करना पड़ना बिकॉज पिताजी ठीक नहीं है और 10 दिन लगेगा. अब देखो, third day से onwards, he slowly remembers because of her presence, he could not do so many other good activities, whatever, he starts involving in them. This is another protection. अच्छा हो गया, चले गया, मैं अपना ध्यान लगा सकता हूँ. This wisdom he will give. I can do my upasana, I can do my seva. Every one of them are God's krupa by which we are freeing our chitta from the hold of that pumschali. All of them are krupa Paramatma. When we pray to him, he will give. There are 5-6 samples like that. So many he will give. And the best are only two: Vairagyam, Mumukshutvam. Vairagya is enough of such involvements. Mumukshutvam is I want to gain the permanent. Now, this is a standing statement. You can't alter it. What is that? Other than Bhagavan Adokshaja, nobody can protect our minds from being freed from any of the matter in the world. This is said in another word as Mamevaya prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Those who hold on to me, surrender to me, they will cross. These are all Maya. चित्त भी माया है, उसकी चंचलता माया है, उसमें कामना उत्पन्न होना माया है. And the kamana we impose on something or being, that is Maya. Then we run towards getting that thing Maya. Then we imagine that some sukha came and we want it to repeat or continue it, and it will not happen and we become miserable. All this is Maya only. That will be crossed. And that crossing of this Maya, when it happens, that celebration, I tell you, you can't put it in words. And it is known consciously inside. And yet he should not take it for granted. But a major portion of it understands. He gets to that understanding. And it never generally happens in a young or middle age. Only when you cross to age of 50, 55, slowly the opening up happens. That also if you are exposing to Guru and Bhagavan, Shastra, Satsang, Nirantara. Not to the world again. If you involve in the world, even if age is 80, 79, 90, 92, you are in the same Bhogamanas. The chitta is held by the Pumshali, and we are the Gada and Go Kharavat get to kicked only. We will be looked upon like a blade of grass. Never forget all this. आगे के श्लोक देख रहे हैं हम तो पीछे का मत भूलना. When you give value to the Pumshali, she will look at us as a blade of grass. She will kick like a donkey. She is a donkey. लाइक द बैल को जैसे बांध देते हैं ऐसे बांध देंगे एंड एक दिन छोड़ कर जाए. In this everything other than Paramatma is Urvashi. I told you first today. The standard, it is our own Deha, Mana, Indriya, Buddhi, and the people around, things around, situations around. All of them are Urvashi. And none of them are permanent. To them, if we give our mind, they will leave us and go one day. What is left with us is only frustration, misery. ये होनी ही है, उसको अनहोनी करना नहीं करना कोशिश. क्लियर? पुंशल्यापहृतम चित्तम कोन्यो Konu anyo mochitum prabhu atma rama ishwaram arute bhagavantam adokshajam. So other than Bhagavan Adokshaja, who is Ishvara Atma Rama, nobody can free my chitta from these clutches of the Urvashi who has taken it away. Now in this, the sadhana aspects are whatever happened, dukkha is there. We did a mistake. We gave undue importance, value to the people, and they never valued us and they left us. Some reach us and go, some find a better person than us and go, some have to die, therefore they died and go. Reasons can be many ways, but the things and beings leave us and go. So here Bhagavantam Adoksham Atma Rama Mrute Kohunu Anya Mochitum Prabhu का अर्थ क्या होना चाहिए? हाँ, therefore spend the time. Spend the time only in Bhagwan. Allowing the time to spend the mana. Now, the more we spend time and mana in that seriously, the quickly will come out of it. If we don't spend the time and money in a Bhagavana, only that cheating done by Pumshali alone will be remembered. Then the frustration, the dukkha, the suicidal attitudes, the helplessness, the krupanatva, the lacharapana, अब जी के क्या करे जब दिल भी टूट गया, these all will happen. Never allow. This is the meaning of that. Give time and mind to Bhagavan. Either through Shastra Adhyanam, this is the best one. When you listen to the Shastras like Upanishad and all, when they talk about Parabrahma Tattva, Maya Tattva, Manas Tattva, and all these to be delusory, एक बार नहीं हमेशा के लिए the freedom हो जाए. Another way is what? Praying to him. Bhagavan, I have none other than you. Please protect. Now always remember one subtle thought. If we ask Bhagavan to make the people come near to you, he will make. But he cannot avoid other rule that they have to go away. We suffer. Therefore, what should be asked is not jodo me with the people. We should ask the Lord to give us a vision to see everywhere Paramatma, and I must have goal only as Bhagavan. This is the only ultimate best prayer, giving which Bhagavan also becomes happy. We are also redeemed. Therefore, a guru or any pujari will tell us, bless us, कि ये वो चीज़ें आपको मिल जाए. But none of the things remain permanent. He doesn't know that or he does not know that. But a Sadguru will only say that Shreyasya Praptirastu, Guru Kripa Kadakshridirastu, Bhagavad Praptirastu. That only will pray because in that everything is included. If you don't like, don't go to him. Go to a Panditji only who will pray for you and bless you for the obtaining of everything in world which will live and go one day. You know, the subtlety of our morning class Upanishad. That both Guru Shishya, even though when they asked for the wealth, you know, toward the end what they asked, O Lord, O Omkara, may we merge in you, may you merge in us, avayoho ekatmeva astu. Do you know why that prayer asked? Because they know any wealth it is not permanent. It is a pumishal, it will go away. Though we play with it, entertain it, use it for any agnayaga, all is not permanent, it's temporary. Permanent is only you. Therefore, may I identify with you. That is the intelligence. Isliye an intelligent person never asks for anything. He asks only two things. Either what is Shreyas, you give me that, or what is Shashvata, you give me that. Both are one only. That is Paramatma Anubhuti. Now here at a spiritual angle, who will save me, my chitta, release my chitta from the clutches of Urvashi other than Paramatma? Means what? Through Vivek and Vairagya, when we ourselves kevala attend to Paramatma as a goal, then only our heart is freed. Else you will get caught up in another, in another, in another. It is continuing from millions of lives. Remember, in this very life also, from childhood till now, we never caught up in same thing, but we were caught up again and again in something or the other. That's what he said. Balastavat krida saktaha, tarunastavat taruni saktaha. So the krida, taruni and chinta changed, but asakti never changed. You know, krida asaktaha, तरुणस्ताव तरुणी सकता, वृद्धस्ताव चिंता सकता। आसक्ति आसक्ति है लेकिन नहीं जा सकती अगर आप जाने नहीं दोगे तो। Are you understanding these subtle things? The only way is having obtained mumukshata, wanting to know Lord and know Him and find that Purnata in us, then only our running for the world stops, not others. भागते रहेंगे एंड पाएंगे भी, कुछ भी नहीं है जगत में जो नहीं पाएंगे अब. नो थिंग इन द वर्ल्ड इज इम्पॉसिबल टू बी अचीव्ड. But the only problem is, equally true is, nothing in the world remains permanent. The moment it goes away, the dukkha it gives so much. And the amount of association creates the depth of attachment. And that wherever happens, dukkha also is that much. You know, in Ramayana, that Brahmana accounted 5,000 days my child died, O Lord, O Rama, it is because of you. And if the child is of 5 days, he will not suffer that much because the association is less. The number of experiences are less. More number of experiences, more deep is the attachment, more is the pain when it is going away from us. इसमें हर एक बात हमको मदद करता है, सिर्फ एक ही बात मदद करता है इसलिए हम नहीं कह रहे. All that put together is the wisdom with which we should help ourselves to associate only with Paramatma. Other than him, everything is Urvashi, everything is Pumshali. Urvashi is attracting, Pumshali is cheating. She attracts, I go there, then she cheats, then I become frustrated. Clear? So, Adhokshaja, Aye Bhagwan, aap mujhe raksha karo. And once he protects, again the same thing I am saying which said 4 days back, once he protects by his grace to free the mind from any attachment to anything, especially the beings, don't do the mistake again of giving the mind somewhere else. Let the mind be kept only at the feet of Bhagavan. That's the meaning of Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Bhaktya Prayachati. Patram is Mana, Pushpam is Buddhi, Phalam is Chitta, Toyam is Ahankara. This Antakarana, give it to God, then there is no chance for anything else to loot our Antakarana. This is one way of saying it, can be explained in so many ways. Okay, then other than Bhagavan, nobody can protect us, therefore go and hold on to his feet. सारे आपदाओं से विपदाओं से हमें बचाने वाले भगवान ही हैं. सो पुंसल्यापहृतं चित्तं कोन्वन्यो मोचितुं प्रभुः आत्मा रामेश्वरमृते भगवन्तमधोक्षजम्. So here every attachment. Here specifically talked about Pumshali, Urvashi, but in general in our life, it is Deha Tadhatma, it is Dhana Tadhatma, it is Vastu Vyakti Vishesha Tadhatma, kuch bhi ho. From that, the Lord only through his Kripa Karuna, by giving us wisdom, permanently liberates us from that. Never hold on to him. There are only two things, hold on to Bhagavan and get liberated, or leave Bhagavan and hold to the world, Pumshali, the Urvashi and get bound. तुम्हारा चाहिए, ज़्यादा नहीं है, दो ही बातें होती हैं. भगवान को छोड़ के जगत को पकड़ के फंसना धसना, जगत को साइड पे रख के भगवान को पकड़कर हंसना मुस्कुराना, क्या चाहते हो भाई, इतना ही बात है. एंड लगातार करना है 100,000 times, लाइक 15 minutes एक्सरसाइज, बात इतना ही है, बट हर दिन करना है. देन ओनली बॉडी इज फिट. 10 मिनट ही खाना होता है, लेकिन 3 बार डेली करना है, तभी जाकर बॉडी को एनर्जी होता है. इज इट नॉट? सो टू दिस मच ओनली चॉइस, बट एवरी टाइम सेम थिंग वी हैव टू डू, गिविंग आवर मन चित्ता टू परमात्मा. हो गया. नाउ फर्स्ट ही ब्लेम्ड हर, नाउ ही इज रियलाइजिंग शी इज नॉट एट फॉल्ट. शी हैज टॉट मी इन द बिगिनिंग एज वेल एज व्हाइल गोइंग. इट वाज मी who did not use the Lord speaking through her, the wisdom, and I only was misguided by my own deluded mind. You understood? This is the very powerful, very important shloka. Till whatever possible we'll see today. Bodhitasyapi devyame suktavakyena dhurmate manogato mahamohaha न अपयाति अजितात्मनः. So Devya Bodhitasyapi, that Devi still he has got love and attachment for her. You should add L to her. Devil. L is that whatever she becomes devil only. So Devya Bodhitasyapi Sukta Vakyena. Such a wonderful words she gave all the Bodha. Urvashi gave Bodha to Pururava. Yet, what happened? Ajitatmanaha me durmatehe manogataha mahamoha na apayati. मैं बताऊं ना, ये एक एक श्लोक जो है ना अपनी ही जिंदगी का ऑटोबायोग्राफी. He says, the delusion in my mind who is a Durmati is not going away easily even though she has taught me. Devya bodhitasyapi me manogata mahamoha na apayati ajitatmanaha durmate. These are the two things go together. I am durmati because I am ajita atma. I am ajita atma, therefore I am durmati. Because I am ajita atma and durmati, the manogata moha of me is apayati, is not going away, even though sukta vakyena devya bodhitasya, with all the words of wisdom she spoke to me. And what she spoke is very dangerous. One portion is okay, but the second portion is very, we studied at that time. I don't want to repeat all that. In the beginning, she said, if those two of these sheep are not protected of mine, and also if I see you in that odd form, I'll go. She already told, so I should have prepared. Prepared what? Even though I try maximum, if this untoward or unexpected thing happens, she will go. अगर वो माइंड में प्रिपरेशन होता तो देन यू विल नॉट सफर दिस मच. यू टुक हर वर्ड and you had overconfidence that you will stand on your words, but it is not possible in your hands. It's not there. What did she say? I should not see you naked other than at night, or these two sheep of mine must be protected. Okay. If that is seen, I will go. What he thought was, मैं तो राजा हूं. But the other side, the Indra has sent those Gandharvas in their own divine abharanas which were there. Because of that light flashing, that light fell on in this fellow. Though it was night time only, they came to steal those sheep. She saw him. He was seen by her. Then you must understand, she told in the beginning, I will leave. She left. This is the bodha she gave before she came. The meaning is what? In Vedantic way, कोई भी भोग्य वस्तु जगत का जब ज्ञान आता है तो नहीं रहता, जब राग द्वेष होते जले आते तो नहीं होता. There the light flashing is the flash of wisdom, and the two sheep are the raga dvesh. As long as raga dvesh are there, darkness is there, so much is infatuation. When the wisdom comes, they go away. That's why we don't allow the wisdom to come. Therefore, we don't want to have the freedom from darkness, and we hold on to raga dvesha. Therefore, we become slave to that Pumshali Urvashi. One day she will live, then we suffer. Second bodha, what she did, when he was running behind her, she did not appear. वहाँ क्या होता है ना? Then he went on searching for everywhere. Somewhere in that Saraswati Nadi Tira or Yamuna Nadi Tira, somewhere she was with her 5 of the क्या कहते हैं उनको, बाकी फ्रेंड्स, अप्सराएं जो असिस्टेंट्स होते हैं. She was enjoying there. Then he goes to her and come, he says, that time she speaks the huge wisdom. Bodhitasya. What he said is said by him only here, Pumshali. Same thing she says. Never trust anybody other than God. She tells that. We will see that portion, though it is there tomorrow also. He says, Satam Viksha Kurukshetre Saraswatyam Chatat Saki Pancha Pravrushavadanaha Praha Suktam Pururavaha. Then she said, Urvashi Vacha. These 5-6 slokas are very terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 श्लोकास 36, 37, 38. इसमें वो बता देती है 9th सर्गा 14th चैप्टर. सारांश मैं बताता हूँ आज ही, और उसमें क्या है आप पढ़ लेना. कि शी सेज डोंट ट्रस्ट दैट सा, बिकॉज इट इज परमानेंट नहीं है, टेम्पररी. Anything temporary, trusting, thinking that it will be permanent, is the seed we sow for the fruit of dukkha slowly to come to us. That is the essence. So, though she told me, yet because I am Durmati, I am the Ajita Atma, my moha has not gone. Now, this shloka is very detailed. At least 20 minutes we have to spend on that to thoroughly do the Antarmathanam. Tomorrow we will do that. Then he says, she has not done any mistake, it is mine. This sloka 16 or 17 go together. Then the 18, 19, 20, 21 go together. Then 22, 23, 24 they go together. So these 2 days, tomorrow, day after, if we can thoroughly do this chapter, then with the Vairagya developed, now we become fit for the great advice given by the Lord, in which he tells about the Mahima of the Santa and Mahima of the Satsanga. And having got Satsanga and Santa, what we have to do, that is this big portion of, let us say, 11 slokas. And it is a masterpiece of Bhagavatam. If you ask me, the top 15 or 10 topics में ये एक टॉपिक होगा. And for you and I, तो top 5 only, because it's talk about Sant and Satsanga. हमको तो इससे बढ़कर तो कुछ नहीं है. You can put in top 5 because similar powerful Satsanga Mahimas have come in another places also. So what is it? Let's meet tomorrow to see. Let us invoke grace of God, Guru Parampara, Bhagavan Krishna, that without any disturbance or bitterness, may all this right understanding and wisdom dawn in us so early as possible, so that effortlessly the world leaves us, we leave the world, and equally effortlessly we hold on to Bhagavan and Bhagavan holds on to us. Thus, there will be a smooth transition of ours, sailing of ours from the binding worldliness to liberating spirituality. वो भगवान आसान से आराम से होने दो और जल्द से जल्द होने दो. Because हमको होता वाला हो रहा है. We have seen the world and its bondage and all. Now we are very excited and restless to have your darshan, to have your sparshan, and to have that looks of your beautiful form and you looking into our eyes. हमको तो आपका सगुण साकार दर्शन भी चाहिए, हमको आपका पूरा विश्व रूप दर्शन भी चाहिए, हमको आपका आत्म रूप दर्शन भी चाहिए. दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे अखियां प्यासी रे. That should become strongest in us. एक ही जप, दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे अखियां प्यासी रे, अखियां प्यासी रे, अखियां प्यासी. जितना ये है ना, पानी पीकर प्यास बुझाऊं, नैनन को कैसे समझाऊं. आंख मिचोली छोड़ो अब तो घट घट वासी रे. It's so beautiful. They are महाब्रह्मज्ञानीज through them. Like the ऋषियों के मुख से महामंत्र निकलते हैं, ये जो उपनिषद बनते हैं. From these modern great realized saints, these bhajana kirtana kama, which are eternal, which are so sublime and deep. Is it not? आज से एक ही प्रार्थना है, घनश्याम दर्शन दो क्या प्यासी. ओ हम तरस रहे हैं भगवान आपके दर्शन के लिए. दर्शन दो आवो गुरुदेव, दर्शन दीजो, तुम हो जगत के धाता, तुम ही हो ब्रह्मा, तुम ही हो विष्णु, तुम हो शंकर रूपा. प्रे भगवान गुरु प्रत्यक्ष दर्शन देगा, उससे बढ़कर और क्या बताओ. अनाथ नाथा दीन बंधु, अज्ञान नाशक, शरणरम संरक्षक, आत्मज्ञान प्रदाता, आओ गुरुदेव दर्शन दीजो. और दर्शन दो Ganashama Nathamare. And same when we are on Vedantic meditation, the deep, intense desire with which we have to sit. Today I must enter into my deep core of the heart and I will catch myself, which is there in that pure Hridaya Akasha as the Chidakasha. मुझे वहां जाना है, वहां पकड़ना है, एंड वहां पकड़ कर ही मैं रहूंगा, उठूंगा ही नहीं इस बैठने से. If this way when we become intense, I tell you, but there are no words to say. Jackpot लग गया मानो. मुझे तो लग रहा है जितना जल्दी हो जाए हो. I am तो praying for it. Because here only we can pray in the presence of all the Guru Devatas. यहाँ से चले आते again we are caught up in the Maya. You know, Pumshali Urvashi will come and she does the Chitta Paharanam. As if she is asking us and हम उधर बाहर जाते हैं. जैसे कहीं एंटर होने के लिए पर्ची देते हैं कि नहीं, इसी तरह while going out we give our chitta to Pumshali or something of the world and the lost in that only. Therefore, it is less possible. More easy is here and now. Intensely become this. Oh Lord, quickly intensify my desire to have your darshan. Make me do all the sacrifice sadhanas that are required, but de do darshan. दे दो दर्शन, दे दो दर्शन. रिलैक्स हम करते हैं तो मांगने में भगवान का, वो भी पोस्टपोन करते ही जाते. ठीक है, 10 जन्म, 12 जन्म, 20 जन्म. There are some great bhaktas, when they asked, insisted for Bhagavad darshan. भगवान said, तुमको तो 2-3 जन्म में मिलेगा, अब नहीं. नहीं, मुझे अभी चाहिए. In that case, then 2-3 जन्म का प्रारब्ध तुम्हें तुरंत भोग कर मरना है. Are you ready? They said yes. Then they went through such a terrible pain, they died and they had Bhagavad darshan. कभी कभी कोई दाम चुकाना है तो चुकाने तैयार हो तो ठीक है. There's so many cases, hundreds of examples. No, I don't give all of that. वो सब बस नहीं, जहाँ बताना है बताएंगे, सब बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. But all said and done, ready to give up everything for Bhagavad Darshana. If we are ready like that, then he is also ready. May we intensify our desire. This is called mumukshata, jignasa in Vedanta Bhasha. Here, Bhagavad Darshana Akanksha. So this is what the Gopikas in the 10th Skandha. Those 2-3 words about Gopikas which was used by Shukadevji, they are eternal words. That one word, Krishna Darshana Lalasaha, Tanmanaskaha, Tadalapaha, Tatgata Pranaha. When those words are read, अगर थोड़ा भी संस्कृत है, थोड़ा भी अकल है, पूरे शरीर में हॉरिपुलेशन हो जाते हैं. तन्मनस्काः तदालापाः तच्चिन्ताः तत्परायणाः. Then they started crying so much for Bhagwan's darshana. Then he again revealed. When he, during that Rasa Leela, when they felt they are so lucky and arrogant that Bhagwan is dancing to our tunes, he just disappeared. Then they cried. That time is these 2 words, Krishna Darshana Lalasa, Tanmanaskaha Tadalapaha, Tachinta Tadgata Pranaha. These are the things, beautiful in life. And they are only in very rare people. And towards them only we have to bend and listen to their story. बाकी सब ये पुंशलियों के पीछे भागने वाले. If you go for them, go towards them, then you will be caught up. That is the entire chapter. The whole chapter Bhagavan Krishna started with this only. What is what? Sanghavana kartavyaha satsu. Vishnodara trupam. That is what the whole chapter started. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll continue. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. Om, 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 Om. Rama Rama Sita Rama Ramachandra